administrative detention. So you've discussed how civilians shouldn't be held as leverage with regards to, of course, the Israeli hostages. Israel has held thousands of Palestinians in administrative detention for months with no trial or charge. Our colleagues at CNN and the New York Times, of course, recently reported on a prison camp where thousands were rounded up and allegedly abused, tied up, assaulted, stripped. They're kept away from legal support and the Red Cross. And of course, Israel has said they're moving away from that specific camp. But what's being done to ensure this kind of thing doesn't happen again? What consequences are there? And then what about this larger issue of detention where thousands of Palestinians are just rounded up with apparent no legal or judicial accountability?
So we have made clear to the government of Israel on a number of occasions that they need to respect the human rights of Palestinians in both Gaza and in the West Bank, and that whenever anyone is detained, there needs to be full due process for those individuals, and they need to be treated in strict compliance with international humanitarian law.
Okay, so will there be any sort of like material response to this specific camp beyond just, of course, this one's shutting down? But
I can't speak to this specific one. Ultimately, our expectation is that they ought to give people due process. They ought to treat them treat them with full respect for their human rights and with in full accordance with international humanitarian law.
And then on your mention of the West Bank, Haaretz, the Israeli newspaper, reported recently on Israeli snipers killing 7 innocent bystanders in the Jenin refugee camp, which is, of course, to say not Gaza. The dead included 2 teenagers and reportedly the director of the government hospital surgical ward. So these are soldiers putting 7 people into their lens, sniping them. They have the moment to see who these people are. It's in the West Bank. What's the explanation for this?
So I can't give you an explanation. You should ask the government of Israel for an explanation. I would say that in any kind of incident like that, what ought to happen is that there ought to be an investigation. Israel ought to conduct an investigation. If it's IDF soldiers, the IDF ought to conduct the investigation. If it's INP, it ought to be the INP that conducts an investigation. If if they find wrongdoing, there ought to be full accountability and full transparency.
Has the U.S. communicated with Israel on this issue at all?
I'd have to check to see if we've raised a specific incident, but that is our broad expectation when it comes to any of these types of incidents.
And then just one quick question on Ukraine. When exactly, was the ban on arms transfers to the Azov Brigade lifted?
I'll have to come back and get you that. I know we've spoken to it before, but I don't have it at my fingertips.
Okay, thank you.